How many of you agree? Change is a part of life. Some change is good, whereas some change is difficult to adapt. Like, for example, you have lost someone dear in your life, or maybe some people have left you and betrayed you, or there is a new government in your city. Some changes are difficult. And if you look into the world today, everything is changing. Or your personal life, things are changing. And how do we be stable in this changing situation? The answer is God. Knowing that God is unchanging, knowing that God is stable, gives stability to our life. We can be confident, we can be hopeful when we know that God is unchanging, knowing that God is stable and is for us. If you look into the text today, God is speaking to Joshua in chapter 1 verses 2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over to this Jordan, you and all these people, to the land which I am giving to them, the children of Israel. And in verse 5, God is saying, as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Now if you look into this text very carefully, you see that everything is changing. There's a new leadership because Moses is dead and the new leader is Joshua. That means there is a new leadership. There is a new territory that is going to be occupied by the Israelites, because initially they were in the wilderness. Now they are going to enter the promised land. So there is a new territory. Now there is a new way of fighting the battles, because in the wilderness they had no much experience of fighting. But as they are going to enter the promised land, there's going to be new battles, because they have to fight with the people who possess the promised land. They have to fight against the enemies. That means there is new strategies, new battle, new plans. So everything in this situation is changing. Also in the wilderness, food was provided to the Israelites. They were receiving manna. They didn't have to work for. But in the promised land, they have to work for their food. They have to go and pluck their fruits. They have to cook their own food. So there is new way. There is change that is taking place. And in this text, if you notice, everything is changing except one thing. That is God. In verse 5, God is saying, as I was with Moses, so I shall be with you. It's the same thing. God is the same. He is the unchanging. When you know that God is unchanging, that gives stability to our life. I want to speak to all the viewers. Maybe you're experiencing change in your life. You're experiencing change in your body. All the parts of the body are finding some change. You're feeling all the pain. But I want to tell you, God was with you yesterday and God will be with you today. And He will be with you tomorrow. Maybe you're experiencing change in your workplace. You have got this promotion and there is so much of responsibility. But I want to speak to you. God was with you when you had no promotion, and God is with you when you have this promotion. That's the amazing thing. When we know that God is with us, when we know that God is unchanging, that gives us assurance, that gives us confidence to cope up with this new challenge. I want to encourage all the viewers, no matter what change you are going through, the change might be difficult for you, but I want to encourage you with this word that God is the unchanging one. He is with you. He has promised that He will be with you. And because He has promised that He will be with you, He will enable you to handle this change. Amen. God bless you.